Hi everyone, my name is Emily from Distrupt, and I'm here today with Tal Catran. Thank you, Tal, for joining us today.
Hi, shalom.
Hi. So today in this video, we are going to talk about three very interesting topics. We are going to talk about entrepreneurship and how to build your startup, how to innovate, how to be a good entrepreneur. We're also going to talk about the startup ecosystem in Tel-Aviv, Israel, which is booming at the moment, as you may know. And then the third topic of this interview today is going to be female entrepreneurship. Thank you so much, Tal, for joining. Maybe you'd like to introduce yourself before we start talking about those topics?
Sure. So first of all, it's really my pleasure to join here from the, I would say, quite hot Tel Aviv here in Israel. We're having like plus 26, where I know Europe is now starting to chill. So we're good at all good. Yeah, it is snowing. And I'm talking to you from my great car. So how more disruptive can you be on Crypto Disrupt? So just a bit about myself. So I'm almost 49 and I live near to Tel Aviv. And I've been dealing, let's say, with startups over the last 10 years. I've established 12 acceleration programs. Most of them are here in Israel, and one actually operating out of New Delhi from India. And I also partnered with several other tech parks, for instance, in Austria and in Italy. And I support quite many hubs and incubators, I would say, from currently over 15 different countries. And I work with hundreds, if not to say thousands of startups. This is my passion. My passion is to bring my own experience, skills, and knowledge into this ecosystem and help young entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs in general, just to get more support and help them more.
That is very interesting. So I think my first question would be, in those incubators, I guess you have a lot of entrepreneurs applying to join the program. How do you spot a good entrepreneur, someone with potential?
I think it's a great question, and it works both ways. Meaning, on the one side, I get a lot of times, the question, how do I choose the right accelerator for me? And on the other hand, the accelerator, even the investor, how do I choose the right startup? So it works in a way, both ways, So from my side, I would say that it starts with, of course, the people. We need to figure this out. Technology is being developed, thought about, invented by people. This is how it is. People are the one investing in people. People are the one using it's all about people. And then the next thing is that people are people wherever you go. We're all the same. So taking this into account, yes, it's about knowing people. You need to be a people's kind of a person, And same for the startups, where, you have the CEO, the guy who runs after the money, the guy who does the marketing, he's the people's guy. And you've got his partner, his CTO. The guy just needs to sit down and, program something that really works. On a day-to-day, those guys don't have anything to talk about, if you ask me, when they see one another on the street. He's techie, he's like a visionary. But then this is the spark that makes startups. A guy with a vision and a guy who can really deliver this vision into technology. So that's on the one part. On the part of the accelerators, it would be, tell me the name of the guy running your accelerator, and I will tell you if that's a good accelerator or not, because accelerator managers are the one that needs to take, charge of getting things done and, communicating and helping with the business and getting them, their networking, helping with the funding and all. So it works both ways. The success of an accelerator works from the side of the manager as well as from the side of the startups.
Mm-hmm. That's very interesting. And so before, even as an entrepreneur, before choosing which accelerator I'm going to go to, how do I know if I need to go to an accelerator instead of working on my own without incubator or accelerator?
So my first suggestion is, first of all, you need to go to an accelerator, no doubt about it. You don't have to think too much. Go to an accelerator because you'll get all the knowledge and support that you need. The life of entrepreneurs are very hard. They're poor for money. They need tons of help, tons of skills. They're not maybe so good on the technology. sorry, on the business side, but they're very good on technology. So my first suggestion would be find yourself a good accelerator and go for it. Get the skills and knowledge. For me, is a must, not just because I'm the accelerator guru. You know, the next person I think after me opened maybe 2, maybe 3. I've opened 12, so I know something about it. And meeting thousands of startups, I know also what they need in a way, you know? So first of all, do that. Get skills and experience. Also remember, 96% of you will fail. This is how it is. 4% you will make it. So you need to enjoy the way, get the experience, and not just think you're going to win it the first time. Some do, but not so many.
Okay, so first of all, seeing a good identifying a good entrepreneur, it's seeing if he's a people person, if they actually have the people to execute the vision. Then
exactly.
The advice to an entrepreneur is to go to an accelerator. Don't think about it, go to an accelerator. It's always going to be good for you. You're going to be supported. And then the very sad lesson in this is that 96% of entrepreneurs fail. So you might as well enjoy the way.
You must. When you start a startup, you would need 2 things. That's essential. A, you need to find the right need, which is of course supported by many. You need to have a big market. Second,
so good product to market fit.
Yeah, first of all is the need. Second is the business model, meaning how you're going to earn money, how you're going to return the investment to your investor. You need to keep your word. It's about delivering technology and about delivering what you say, what you promise, okay? It sounds like La La Land. The business on the both sides, like startups are selling dreams to gamblers, investors, you know? But in the end, when money is involved, you must deliver. Technology is a must.
Okay, I like this one. Startups are selling dreams to gamblers. I'm going to use that one. So thank you so much. Before we move on to the next topic, is there a piece of advice that you think is really important to give to our entrepreneurs listening here today?
I think that first of all, you need to come to terms with the fact that you're going to fail. Failing is fine. Failure is a major step for success. It's a milestone you need to go through. Do not be embarrassed. Do not think twice. Go out as soon as you can with your technology. Go to people and ask for help. Failing is fine. Delivery is important. Get a good team. You don't need 4 people. You need just the 1 CTO next to you and start developing. Once one guy brings the money, the other develops technology, go out to the market as soon as possible, meet your audience, make sure they need what you want. People tell me, yes, you know, I asked my mom and dad, they said it's a great idea. Come on, I mean, your mom and dad, that's your target market. Your mom doesn't know how to operate the mobile anyway. What you need to make sure, sorry, your dad, no, me too, right? Okay, we don't go me too. Your dad probably doesn't use, I don't know, 99% of the apps on his phone. Don't ask your dad. Don't ask your friends. Go to people you don't know and say to them, I admire you. I will appreciate your opinion. What do you think? Say it to my face. Don't be nice. And go for it. Just go for it.
All right. Thank you so much. I think this is at the same time realistic, but also hopeful. I like it very much. So maybe we can move on to the second topic of this interview, the startup ecosystem in Tel Aviv. So a lot of people are saying that Tel Aviv is booming with startups, with innovation, that it's amazing. Can you tell us why?
First of all, you're right. It's a fact. I mean, Israel, you know, is called a startup nation just for the simple reasons that per capita, we've got 6,000 registered startup. That's the biggest number in the world. But it's about the people. I mean, again, people here in Israel, you would say are the same people as in Switzerland and any other place. But the reality of our lives is a bit different. And what pushes us, how so? Well, you hear the news. I don't know if you're accustomed to have Vienna or Basel bombarded by rockets, and when was it the last time maybe World War II. With us, it's reality of almost every day. This turns you in a bit. It makes you more tough. It takes you to the place where you say, well, I can wait for tomorrow. I need to do it now, today. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. So it's about taking risk. People here are, you say, more tough. The fact that we have an army, which everyone is obligated, is a must, to go through the army in the age of 18. Where at the age of 18, you would go to university, we go for the army. And in the army, we don't play, we fight, we risk our lives. So taking risk is a major thing in our life who makes people a bit tougher. Then the ecosystem here is very vibrant. Wherever you would throw a stone, you would hit a startup, an angel, an incubator, a hub, a fund, a something that is related. I mean, I heard that startups, not just in Europe, when you go home and say to your mom and dad, hey, listen, I've got this great idea for a startup, they look at you and you say, startup, schmartup, get a real job. Here it's a bit different. Here it's a bit different. Here, mom and dad want you to have a startup because they know startup equals an exit. So you get the support, you get the support of your family, which is very important. I mean, when you're down, you need someone to pick you up. That's family for you. And the thing is that, again, investments are here. Angel investors, you have many. VCs, you have many. So everything is very vibrant. You don't need to go far. Also, international companies, when they acquire Israeli startups, they don't get them and throw them to Silicon Valley. They leave them here. They build an R&D around them, an R&D center. So they're here. Wherever you look at the skyscraper of Tel Aviv, you will see Google and Facebook and IBM and Cisco, and give me a name, they're all there. You just need to walk, go up the elevator, knock, and say, excuse me, I've got this great startup, I want to show you, and you're in. It's that simple. Everyone is reachable here. Ministers, the angel, you know why we call them angel investors? Because they're angels, you can't see them anyway. But then let's say we have them, and we do have them. We have an angel list. You go on Google and you find Israel's angel list. You can do it. Everyone can do it. This is how it is. Everything is very open, very inviting, very receptive.
All right, so I'm sold and I want to put my startup in Tel Aviv, the land of angels. How can I do that?
Just do that. Well, listen, first of all, you have different hubs here. And, some countries actually establish their own hubs here. Chinese hub, Japanese hub. So they're here. So for them it's easy. For others, listen, it is a global village currently. Everyone is reachable. Whomever sees our interview knows Tal Catran, goes on LinkedIn, Tal Catran sends a message, Tal, listen, can you help? The answer will be, of course, yes. Just do it. This is what I'm saying. Forget about formalities. We Israelis, we don't go for the long emails. We go for, hello, I need your help. This is how it is, and you can see I've got tons of requests daily, and I do whatever I can to support, and it works. It works for me, feeling so good, getting more people in Israel, which we love. And for those who come, it's like you come here, you stay here, hopefully for long. So come.
Is it easy for a foreigner to open a company in Israel? What are kind of the administrative steps?
I think I'm supposed to say yes, it's so easy. I would say yes. I would not know the exact procedure, but all your countries have embassies here, and they get the support of the commercial attaches or something. But we have our own communities, and the communities are on Facebook and on WhatsApp and on LinkedIn and on Twitter and on Instagram. It's so easy. If you want to do it, you do it. I just want to say, if you're coming here expecting to find Israeli money to be invested in your country, this is very difficult. Generally saying, investors love to invest a bike ride away from their office. The overseas is very difficult, unless, so you say, how does Israel get so much money from the US? I mean, startups. Because investors say, listen, if it's Israelis, I know their ecosystem supported. So here is the money. Where you go for emerging as ecosystems or ecosystems that are not that developed, investor will say, wait, I don't know you, who trained you, who will take care of my money, how well do you know business? It's more difficult. So stay here, get the money here, but you need to be smart and you need to have technology. PowerPoint presentation, don't do it anymore. That era is gone, okay?
So, if an entrepreneur wants to get set up in Tel Aviv, so you would recommend going through the embassy, trying to find the help we can get, then setting up in Tel Aviv, not trying to get the money abroad, setting up in Tel Aviv, in Israel, and then reaching out to people, very direct, very honest, trying to find an accelerator, trying to find the people who can help you build your project.
Listen, we have tons of co-working space. You know, WeWork, of course. You heard about WeWork. WeWork is the leading company established by an Israeli, of course, and it's a leading company. And we have tons of them, many co-working. So again, it's not like you find yourself an office and you're looking for friends. You come into a co-working, many people, and you start talking. And this is how he is. Israelis are very warm, very welcoming. You know, our problem is that the market for us is very niche. We've got problems, you know, working around the world everywhere. We can't work everywhere. This needs to be said. This is why when someone reaches out to us, you know, reaches with an open end, he will get not just our technology, but he will get our skills and experience. All I'm saying, everything is on the internet. Don't be lazy. Don't say after this interview, I didn't know. You know everything. Just do.
Okay, amazing. And so I think this is a very good way to transition to the last topic of this interview. So me as a woman, sometimes people would say that entrepreneurship is going to be more complicated, that it's going to be a bit tougher to get access to funds. I think you were giving us some statistics on the percentage of female entrepreneurs. Can you elaborate a little bit on this?
So for many reasons, I think women know better than anyone else what is the reason. I'll maybe just give a quick topic. That the fact is that women as startup founders are relatively very small number in the population. Generally 3 to 4%. It's like this in most of the world as far as I know. Although I might say Eastern Europe, for different reasons of past wars and all, women are very independent, you know, and then go ahead, but maybe they don't go for the startup. People ask me, so what's the difference between a startup and a small business? Well, a small business is nice, so my small business can, you know, print on shirt. It's a nice business, but it's not a startup. Startup needs to have technology. And the technology does not have to be disruptive from day one. It could be just, you know, altering or augmenting a current technology, but it needs to have technology. This is how to start with. So women, best example would be a man and a woman see a job application and they see the criteria for the job. If the woman is not 100% according to the criteria, she doesn't send, she doesn't submit. A man, he says, well, I'm good for 20%. The 80% I will get along the way. That's the difference. Men just go for it. Women are more reluctant, they're more maybe shy in a way. I say forget about it. Shyness doesn't pay your clothes, your rent, your nothing. Go out. I'm not saying be like a man, be like a woman, you know, and I don't have to argue with you. Women are smarter, no doubt about it. They can do two things at the same time. We don't, you know. Taking all this into account, I say women now say to themselves, you know what? Maybe I can jump into these waters, but, you know, I cannot be for the whole of my life 24/7 in the startup. There will be a time where I will bear kids, right? And then I need to stop with my life. So I'm not saying to you how to control or you know, manage your life. I'm just saying to women, not different than men. Investors invest regardless if you're a woman or a man, if you got a good idea. I think women have tons of idea. Don't be harsh on yourself. First of all, get a man inside. The man will tell you probably, let's go for it. It will be harder for you to say, no. Maybe it will ease up. Maybe it will help. One. Two, there are many not support groups, but associations and hubs that assist women. In Israel specifically, we've got government funds for women. So we see this as a target to push on. My idea was with my partner, Dr. Sharon Rashi El-Kales, was to open EVE, which is a femtech, women digital health. And the idea is simple. Aside from the fact that we are looking for digital solutions for women's health, who better than women to know about women, about women's problems? And this is how all of a sudden I see women coming in and say, listen, I've got this great idea. And you know what? They're right. It's a great idea, but I need help with the technology. How do I develop the technology? This is where we come in. So our part is really to connect and also assist with networking, with skills and experience. My call for women, this is your time. The world is evolving. Women are in front, no doubt. You don't need me to say this to you, but I am saying it because I want this to happen, you know? And wherever women are involved, I see great startups and I see women founders. And you know what? They even raise money easier. How about that? Remember who are the investors? Men. Women come, they know how to do it the right way. Still, you need to be smart. Beauty is nice maybe for 2 weeks. You need to be smart. You need to know how to manage. Well, in Israel, you see it more because women also do the army. So they're, commanders. They know how to do it. Still, relatively very small. Women, is your time. Me too, Shmi too, don't care. Find a partner, develop technology. Everyone will support you and assist you like you're a man, like you're an entrepreneur. That's not the issue. Just do it.
Wow. Well, thank you very much for this message of hope. I think it's really important to tell this to all the women out there listening to this interview. Thank you so much, Tal.
My pleasure.
Would you like maybe to give a closing statement before we conclude this interview? So we talked about entrepreneurship and innovation. We talked about the booming ecosystem of startups in Tel Aviv, and then about women entrepreneurship. Is there something you'd like to add on all of this?
I think that first of all, the kind of work you do, I think is very important because in the end, people, know they can go on YouTube and then they search for hours on end to find the right lecture, the right interview. I think this, what you're doing, and I really want to support this because the first thing I will do after you release it is, of course, to push it onwards, not just because I'm there, because you're there. And I think one of the things that you need, of course, to do, my suggestion will be interview more women, get the issue on the table. This is the one. Second, don't just interview, the gurus. I want to hear startups from Switzerland, from Italy saying, this is how we get it hard. This is the support we want. This is a call out, Don't cry your eyes, I'm poor. No, say this is the help I need. Maybe someone can reach out to me because for sure this interview will be seen by many, How many followers you have? Millions, right? Hundreds of millions of people will say it.
Billions even.
No, billions. This is, I really believe in it. So I want to say, my slogan, don't hesitate, accelerate. Arnold Schwarzenegger once said, if you don't have enough time, just sleep faster. But you need to have a life also. It's not all about work. It's also about having fun and having friends, but also about sharing and supporting. Do something good. Help your community. Reach out. Don't just sit there and wait for someone to turn to you. You turn to others. Be active. The more active you will be, first of all, I'm sure you will like it very much. Be open to people. Don't just stand in the corner and wait for someone to call you or to go over to you. When you're in lectures and all, raise your hand. Make everyone see you. Be there. Be exposed. Not in a crazy way. Be a person. Be a person. Be a human being, Do as much as you can to help others. Do as much as you can to help yourself. It's fine to be rich or wanting to be a billionaire. It's really fine. Develop your technology. Associate. Go out and say, I need help. Not always money, but help and a good advice. The rest would follow. I'm sending you the love of Israel, the startup nation that is very welcoming and wishes to help whomever we can, skills and experience and all. We welcome you here. Come as many times as you want. You will love it. Listen, we have just 2 months of rain, and the minimum it gets is +10. Come to Israel.
All right, it's well noted. I'm booking my flights as we speak.
Perfect.
So much, Tal, for taking the
Thank
time.
you so much. Thank you.
And I wish you a great day, and I'll talk to you at the Blockchain Leadership Summit in Basel. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Bye.